What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be going over my loadouts for Season 2 of Warzone. Now, as I always say in these loadout videos for every season, just bear in mind that I'll probably have some very different loadouts in the coming weeks, but I will update you guys towards the end of the season and then continue to do 1 or 2 updates every season moving forward. So anyway, getting into the loadouts, I'm going to quickly go through all of the loadouts as a whole before circling back and actually going in depth on the weapon choices and attachments and stuff like that once we've gone through every loadout. So I've currently got my loadouts divided into about 2 or 3 different sections. At the top are my overkill classes, which obviously all contain 2 primary weapons. In the middle I have an overkill class with both guns having fully loaded, and then down the bottom I have 4 different ghost classes, all of which have pistols as the secondary. Every single class, including both the overkill classes and the ghost classes, have got the exact same perks, lethals and tacticals, other than the bottom 4 having ghost rather than overkill, as well as having stuns rather than heartbeat sensors. For the first 6 loadouts that you can see, I run EOD in the first slot just to protect against explosives, stopping them from being a one-hit kill, as that can obviously be very frustrating to just die instantly from an RPG and stuff like that. For the second slot I run overkill in these classes, obviously allowing me to just run 2 primary weapons. Now for the third slot I run amped, which just gives you a faster weapon swap, and although it does sound a little bit pointless if you don't run it, this is probably one of the main perks that I can't live without, because if you run out of ammo with your main weapon, or maybe you just need your other weapons for whatever reason, this can help out massively in a pinch and saves me more times than you'd ever imagine. Now for the lethals, I used to swear by C4s, and essentially since launch they were all I ever used, but after they nerfed the throw distance they have become pretty much redundant at this point, really only being useful for vehicles, and so currently I am running thermite instead. Thermite can be thrown so much further, it deals constant damage, and it's also just annoying as hell when you get hit by one, as you can't really see much and it causes a bit of a panic. So I've been testing these out lately and they do seem to do pretty well, although C4 or Semtex are still pretty good options as well. As for the tacticals, in my last loadout video I actually mentioned that I had stuns on all my classes, but with how much I currently play Rebirth, I've actually switched to having heartbeat in every single overkill class, and then I've just kept these stuns in the ghost classes. This allows me to pretty much pick and choose rather than being stuck with only one option. Earlier on in games, or pretty much all the time in Rebirth, heartbeats are essential, but then later on in games, stuns are definitely a lot better in my opinion. So now I just have the option of choosing between both once I do get my ghost loadout. Now for the bottom 3 classes, the perks are exactly the same, with the exception of Ghost, which replaces the overkill perk. Ghost is a must in the late game, and so I've got 4 classes with Ghost, 1 with a Bruin and a Diamati if I kind of just want to play like a sweat, 1 with an AR, 1 with an SMG, and 1 with a sniper, just so that no matter what situation I'm in, there is a Ghost class ready for me at all times. These 4 classes are absolutely the most important classes of all my loadouts, but I'll touch on why that is once I get through the rest of the loadouts and their weapons. So anyway, starting off with the weapon choices for the first loadout. This loadout consists of the FFAR and the Kar98K. In my opinion, this is one of, if not the best loadout you can run in the game. You have all the distances covered with 2 of the best weapons in the game, and you can pretty much tailor this class to however you want to play the game. For my FFAR, I run the Agency Suppressor, the 21.2 inch Ranger Barrel, the Raider stock for that faster sprint to fire time, the Field Agent Grip for more recoil control, and the 50 round fast mag. For the Kar98, I run a Mono Suppressor, the 27.6 inch barrel, the TAC Laser, the Sniper Scope, and the Precision stock. Now this is without a doubt the best combination for the car to balance it between speed and accuracy. It allows you to do well with it at much longer ranges, but it also allows you to get in some quick scopes if you do want to play aggressive. Moving on, we have the AMAX and the MAC-10, which is definitely my most aggressive class, and this one is really good if you do have a faster type of playstyle. For the AMAX, I run the Mono Suppressor, the Zodiac Barrel for some added range and stability, the VLK 3x optic, the Commando foregrip, and the 45 round mags. For the MAC-10, I run the Agency Suppressor, the 5.9 inch Task Force barrel, the Raider stock, the Field Agent grip, and the 53 round fast mag. Next up we have the AUG and the MAC-10. The MAC-10 build is exactly the same, so I won't even bother going through that again, but for the AUG I run the Agency Suppressor, the 17 inch titanium barrel, the Vision Tech 2x scope, the Field Agent foregrip, and the 45 round drum magazine. Now honestly, you can get rid of that scope if you want and maybe put a rear grip or a stock, since it does have a built-in sight obviously. I personally just prefer this sight, but honestly neither is better than the other, and so if you do prefer the main sight, you can just use that slot somewhere else. Moving on, we then have the M16 and the Bullfrog, which is a bit more of a random class for me, something that I just use for a bit of a change up more than anything. For the M16, I run the Agency Suppressor, the 16.3 inch titanium barrel, the Vision Tech 2x scope, the Field Agent foregrip, and the 60 round mag. For the Bullfrog, I run gun, the GRU suppressor, the no stock attachment, the Spetsnaz grip, the 65 round magazine, and the Spetsnaz field grip. Up next we have the Stoner and the AK-74U, which is again a bit more of a random class just for a change up, but do not sleep on the Stoner or the AK, guys. These are probably next in line for the meta weapons once the current meta weapons do get a nerf. For the Stoner I run the Agency suppressor, the VisionTech 2x scope, the Field Agent grip, the 150 round fast mag, and the SASR jungle grip. For the AK-74U I run the GRU suppressor, the 8.4 inch rifled barrel, the no stock attachment, the Spetsnaz grip, and the 50 round fast mag. Now, moving on to the next two classes, I've got the fully loaded Kilo and MP5, and then the fully loaded Bruin with Ghost. I've shown these three weapons about 100 times on the channel before, so I'll just quickly pop these up on screen for you guys so that you can see the loadout rather than going through them all again. Like I said, these are the fully loaded classes just in case I'm in serious need of some ammo. Now, lastly, we have the three final Ghost classes, which are all identical other than the gun. The SMG class has the MAC-10 that I showed earlier, the Sniper class has the Kar98 that I showed earlier but replaces the laser with the fully loaded perk, and the AR class has the AMAX that I showed earlier as well but replaces the grip with fully loaded as well. Now, a tip for you guys that haven't watched my previous loadout videos is that you can run a pistol as your secondary for these Ghost classes, and with that pistol you can actually use fully loaded, which gives you full SMG ammo. So for the MAC-10 class, my MAC-10 actually gets full ammo from the pistol, and then for the Sniper and Kilo classes, not only do I get full ammo for the main weapon, but I also get full ammo for the SMG as well, which is obviously a lifesaver. So that is it for all 10 of my Warzone classes, guys. Like I said, I have absolutely no doubt that these will be very different even just a few weeks from now. I'll definitely update this video in the coming weeks or months, and I am going to do an update at the start of every season as well, probably a week or two into the season. Plus there's going to be a healthy amount of just regular loadout videos too, just showing off individual loadouts, so keep your eyes peeled for plenty more in the future. That is going to do it for this one though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like down below, and if you are new, then consider subscribing to the channel with those notifications on. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.